us here, we are trade people. Only thing I'm begging some more oil because we don't trade. So we want the president will please be begging and then please open our rehabilitation for all that we change. Let him be farm for all.
Actually, he fooled us. He lied to us. And the first thing he did, that he hurting us. He lied, said he will rehabilitate us, he will transform us, he will change us into a lot of things. No, all our promises is supposed to at least fulfill some of it. He lied to us. So they're not counting us to be human being in this country.
Good morning. This is Good Morning Liberia. It's coming away from Capital Papazi Monrovia. Good morning, folks. And whenever it's on this radio, you always know it's always the best when it comes to the presentation on our morning platform. Good morning, Liberia. And welcome to this edition of the program to this Tuesday. And this is the 24th day of January 2023. Yeah, so many things to talk about here this morning. We speak about issues of national concern, issues relative to the growth and development of our country. And that's how we do it right here on this platform. This is Good Morning Liberia. Save your people from economic hazard and save your people from lots of uncalled for things in our country. If you want our country to be the best where we want it to be, there are lots of things we need to do to make sure that we are on par with other African and sub-regional countries. Good morning, folks. Those in all of the 15 self-political divisions of our country. I'd like to say good morning to all of you. If you find yourself in either of the 17 electoral districts of Maserado County, we'd like to say good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Liberia. The bad news is time flies. The good news is you are the pilot. Life has got all those twists and turns. You have to hold it tight and off you go. Keep your feet always toward the sunshine, and shadows will fall behind you. Good morning. Welcome to Voice of Liberia, folks. This is Good Morning Liberia. Let me welcome my colleague, who gonna be here with me. Who also here. Good morning, Salam.
Good morning. Good morning to you, Gibson. I'd like to say good morning to our many listeners and followers on our Facebook channel. And we are here to inform our people on the major happenings in our country, checkmate the government, so that the people can have equal access to the economy, education, health. You just name them. We are here to talk about some of those issues, political issues, economical issues, So we will continue to come on this platform every morning to discuss issues of importance to the Liberian people. It is our responsibility as journalists.
We have that responsibility to checkmate government officials, not just government officials alone. So many officials, those in the private sector as well. it's not just necessarily for those who are, you know, like not in government privately.
Mhm.
There are lots of private institutions that are ill treating their workers and other people.
Mhm.
We come here to speak on those issues. Our major concern and concerns are on to see the best and interests of the Liberian people, to make sure that Liberians in general, Liberians as a whole, have a better living condition, that
Mhm.
people who reside and live in this country and will say, yes, this is our country.
Mhm.
It is not just the way people think it is.
Sure.
So we'll come here every morning, we'll be here on the program and to speak on issues of national, regional, and international concern.
Mhm.
So we'll speak on that and so many issues to talk about. So we'll give you a lineup of our this morning's breakfast. Who are those who are going to be breakfasting with
Mhm.
and we're going to breakfast with, and we will give you a rundown how it'll be like. And from 8 o'clock to 8:30, we are expected to host some folks from an humanitarian organization that
Mhm.
are into helping and giving back to people,
Mhm.
giving back to humanity. The Abbey Foundation,
Mhm.
I think is correct,
Yeah, yeah. Abbey
or
Foundation,
Charity Foundation.
Charity Foundation.
I
They basically involve into
mm,
education. You know,
education.
you know, giving back to the society, especially the young people.
Mhm,
Education play a very significant role in our society. So this foundation, Abbey Foundation,
mhm,
is involved into giving back to the society through education. So in other things, so they will be our guests.
mhm.
Like you rightly said it, by 8:30 they're going to be here. 8 to 8:30, right? 8 to 8:30
8
they're going to be here to discuss issues relatives to the institution, the charity foundation. Why is it that they decided to venture into this humanitarian gesture?
Sure, sure.
So they will be here.
So many things they will speak
Yeah.
about the organization.
And also, I would like to
No,
say,
me,
I would honestly like to appreciate our many brothers and sisters who graduated with masters, about 63 Liberians in
Cyprus.
Cyprus.
Okay.
That is worth commending. You
Hmm.
know, uh, it shows that we are doing well.
Congratulations. Nah, to say the young people, other people, like they say always we love young people. So like we told you, 8 to 8:30 we'll have the Abbey Charity Foundation. They will be here to speak more about their own organization. We're not, even though we talk politics, but not all the time we're talking politics. At
Yeah,
times
so
we have to bring people of like minds, people who have the mindset to emancipate or to always have the feelings for those who call the downtrodden or those who call disadvantaged youths or whatever you call them. We have to invite the people. So the Abbey Charity Foundation will be here this morning to speak on issues of significant and relevance to the organization and Liberia in general, and will be followed by from 8:30 to 9. We'll talk to a Liberian politician and based in the United States of America. Um, his Honorable Soko Dole, Soko Dole, and he's a Liberian politician, senatorial hopeful for Western County bombing, and he will be our guest. We will speak with him, and relative to the most debatable in talk of the time, Western Cluster memorandum understanding issues, and he will talk more about that. Of recent, his office and issued a press statement calling for the revision and how this April 12, 2022 MOU was signed to sign it. And key among those things we're going to talk about, Soko Dole will be our guest from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. And I now will have again on the same Western Cluster Limited Liberia issue. We'll have those. from the Operation Safe bombing. Concerning bombing citizens will be Clifton Hilton, who's the lead campaigner, and he'll be here with Stanley B. Tolbert, the deputy spokesperson of the Operation Safe bombing. The fact that bombing have been on the spotlight and with the Western Cluster Liberia limited issues of the MOU that have been signed, quote unquote, night with the consent of the citizens from that county. And there are three affected communities or three affected counties: Bombing, Kidmount, and Maputo counties. So we'll speak on them. Um, Many issues to talk about. So we'll talk about that. And like we told you, we'll talk about first on our desk is the Abbey Charity Foundation, followed by Honorable Soko Dole, and of course you have the Operation Safe Bombing guys will be here to talk about it. And before we go and we have our guest appearing this morning, Salam, this is something we have to talk about. Of recent, we have a group of uh, quote unquote citizens
Mm.
who pledge support for the candidacy of former Vice President
Mm.
Joseph Boakai. Barely 72 hours, quote unquote, disenchanted UP partisans
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pledge their support to the re-elections of President George
George
Weah
Weah.
2023, this year in October. What comes to mind is that people are saying it is a hanking panking game those people are playing. At this time, at this crucial juncture, they play the hanking panking games.
Mm.
That out here, but the elections are already near. Let me just go pledge my support to the person
Mm.
because I believe I pledge support to the person, it will have that trickle down effect to that person
Mm.
who I was supporting then. Why do you some make it for that? Because we've seen the kind of crossover, disenchantment, what you make?
But the thing is, Gibson, what? Why you say that after people from quote unquote sedition, disenchanted seditions, pledge the support to the Unity Party's Tina Barrow, and in less than 2 days, they have another disenchanted Unity partisan crossover and pledging support.
Somebody say you pissed.
You pissed. Pledge support to the CDC President George Weah.
Mhm.
I see the whole thing here to be play game, right? Saying all I'm meant to do, myself to myself, I will do my own too.
Mhm.
Look, let me tell you, the young people continue to be used every time we say the GI.
Definitely.
I don't know whether you saw the pictures
Mhm.
of the disenchanted, how you call it, seditions, right? You
Mhm.
saw the pictures, right? I'm not saying but look at the people who say they are. Why they say that they are disenchanted? You understand what I mean?
They said
The Unity Party government,
man has cornering chief.
the Unity Party government left since I don't almost 6 years now.
Sure.
So what are they bringing to the table to say they are disenchanted of? You understand what I'm saying?
No, but you can be you.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So what are some of those things they talk about
Mhm.
that people will listen to say because we have the CDC government here. So when somebody come out and say, "Oh, disenchanted," there are too many reasons they will blow out, right?
Mhm.
But I'm not saying they don't have issues. There might be some internal issues. Maybe the part of they are member of the Unity Party.
Mhm.
You understand?
Sure.
And maybe they feel disenchanted in too many ways. But for the fact is that why is it that it should be United Party feeling with the owner the RCDC who disenchanted and then the other people can't be playing? Look, the people will continue to be using the young people every time. Joe, we have people that kind of use them,
So
and
my
Baka then come to, they do the same thing.
my concern is
Uh-huh.
when those young people realize
Yeah.
that Joseph Boaka is the squanderer in chief.
Chief.
I just
I can't understand.
the man served as a vice president for
That whole thing
12
happened. It was stage managed.
consecutive years.
Seriously.
You quote unquote part of the Unity Party, you
Yeah.
say.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to know that Joseph Boaga as squanderer in chief,
Yeah. What are you gonna
you
do?
knew he was squanderer in chief all those years and you stay with him. Now you can't backslide.
Mhm.
You don't want to be part of him again because he said he's squanderer in chief. If this man, okay, let's take for example facts. This man said he was he was packed
Uh-huh.
during his time as a VP. He had no absolute voice in the country's decision making process
Making process.
when he was the president of the Senate. But he said he was
Yeah,
packed.
you president of the Senate.
He said he was packed. So this man who was packed, according to him, and was president of the Senate for 12 years, you knew he was squanderer in chief, you said? This man can he was packed. When last you got to realize now this man was squanderer in chief? Just little over 9 months of elections. You can't tell this man he's not a good man no more.
But why
We
is it
don't
that?
want young people to be used. We will continue to say these things. The young people are continuously being used by politicians for self-aggrandizement. The politicians will continue to use them for their self-benefits because they will tell you, "Man, go do it. Can't do it. Do it. You will get our backings. Come for the envelope. Hmm? Come for the envelope. Do they want? We'll back you. This is not the case. Once you believe you want to stand for the integrity, if you want to have people to respect you as a young, promising man in the society, you should always stand by your words. Be man of your words. Don't be taken away by those petty things by the politicians who will come, especially the electoral process are coming in a particular time. You will have the politician who come and they will tell you, say, you go do this thing. We will support you. If it costs you to spend over $1,000 we will do it. Then you go do it. They see people will come and leave you hanging in terms of difficulty tomorrow. I tell y'all be on the social media now, you're saying now your politician and this, politician like that. You didn't take that into consideration that they're gonna do it to you before. So even as a young man coming up, don't be quick to make decision. Philosophers and ideologists will always tell you that don't be angry and take decision, and don't be happy and take decision. You learn that, right, Salam? Don't be angry to take decision, and don't be happy to take decision. Your decision you always take should be based on scrutinization. Scrutinize those people you want to give your decision or you want to give support to. You don't just give them support, you don't just give them your all because you just want to do that. So if I want to support Gibbs Salam, I should know what has been Salam's impact to the society. I should know what have been Salam's contribution to our country. This is our country. Let's put our countries first. Like I remember during the first sitting of the sixth and final section of the National Legislature at the House of Representatives, where I report from, the speaker said, lawmakers, even during the joint opening at the rotunda, he said, lawmakers should put the people's interest first. So if the man can tell you, say, let's put the people interest first, why more of you who just an ordinary man? You can put your people first. When lawmaker can say put people first, they may ain't get time for you. They may get Let me tell you, nah. All the politicians is seeing, they don't get time. They they're going back to their constituents or constituencies to know that yes, to make themselves to feel good. So if you're beyond the politician, then you're shutting Amanda away to hold it. They may not continue to use you as a young man. What are you doing or what you doing if politicians don't give you the hundred, the 20? Why you be getting for yourself? Simply what comes to your mind. What I will be handling by myself if politicians don't give me 20 hundred, I should be able to have something for myself. If the politician will come because the fact that politicians, the people is smart. They see you, you're not doing nothing, and you just that dumb, naive person. They may not use you good. They will screw you. And so, that picking you come. I'm picking there. I'll call him. Let me call that picking. I remember, yeah, they call you. Come to Shatan Bar. Come to Secret Lodge. And the Katie, the BB kind of decalabat. Then they go there, go to Royal Hotel, go to Farmington. Most regrettably and certain part of it is that they will take their Kenyan to Farmington Hotel, Royal Grand Boulevard, and spend 3 nights in a hotel. Why they will pay over $500, $1,000 just for you to be in a hotel and take picture and put it on Facebook and say my political leader take me to Royal Grand and spend 3 nights. To go Royal Grand and spend 3 nights. Now why you hitting somebody for? That thing and the man paying for that man could have given you that money, you do good thing for it. Or he will give you something like scholarship, man. Go out of the country, go study, and come back. When you come back, you'll be more stronger like I do, or like you do right now. Instead of carry you to Royal Grand Boulevard to Farmington and spend 3 nights and you're posting with it, you lying down and people wear bed sheets, and you posting you be bored now. You got wine in front of you. Yeah? One that costs $50, $75. You spend 3 nights almost like $700, $750, $1,000. Why can't tell the man say give me scholarship or maybe even now, not to go abroad, but send me one of the local university, let me go to school. But you just want a part-time pleasure. That temporary pleasure. When a temporary pleasure feelings, then that because of that pleasure now you using it the man will use you to insult or go against other people. To insult them. Because that man came to Boulevard, he spent 3 nights.
The young people continue to make some of these mistakes. We always say these things. Bwaka didn't come here and say we were in position. Former Vice President Boakai, Joseph Boakai. We were there, we never had any voice. But you were the president. You understand? So when you come who you serve as president and for the Senate, right?
Yeah.
You serve as president for the Senate over about 12 years. And then you want to tell me you never had any influence. Look, the higher decision-making body, the legislature. So you there as a president of the Senate and you couldn't lobby in the interests of the Liberian people. But then Joseph Boakai, the former vice president, and came here and said they were packed in one garage and all that kind of a statement. Why were you making kind of a statement when the people listen to that thing you're talking at the time? So now today you have seditionists, quote unquote seditionists, who pledged their support to Joe Boakai ahead of the elections in October. In less than 2 days, then you have your pissed. Come and say, oh, this is disenchanted. On what? On what grounds? But then the young people never see these things.
Mm.
They
No,
are
let me see.
still there. They are still there being used. They gave them $10. Yeah, you're shit. About $10, that play the money, $10 across the board. Y'all go print the shirt, y'all go print the banner. We know all these things. The thing the people who don't know about politics, I didn't want to know what can happen. That's what you can do. You can distribute $10. Y'all go print the shirt. Yeah, we know y'all. But at the same people in the party that didn't come and they say this. No, they didn't need to stop. Young people continue to be used. We'll be saying it to you every day. This is so sad. Since Bwaka had a foundation, what are some of those things Bwaka have done? Let me real here. Joseph Bwaka, the former vice president. What are some of those things since he had a foundation, since he left power? What are some of those tangible things? Me, I'm not against his presidency. He has his right.
Mhm.
So even when the man become president today, when Joseph Bwaka become president, our president. But look, we will be saying it, the ills, some of the things that we need to checkmate people who want to be in leadership, but we are not against them. And then the government too, then you come out to here and say we get people who are disenchanted too. Here go print shit. Oh, but we know that we know what I can do. You have go print shit, and then you have Liberians, you know, there too now. They say yes, we are disenchanted. What are you disenchanted? Bagara in power. Ordinary Liberians, I didn't know there. You know when Bagara then left from power? Almost 6 years now. So then what are you disenchanted? Why? Sometimes when you want to make decision, you think, you analyze. You don't just allow people to be using you have to make your independent decision. The young people constitute about 70 to 80% of the country's population. But yet and still, they are still making the same mistakes. I think we got information about the National Elections Commission too. They say you should get the citizen ID card before you have the capacity to obtain a biometric ID card. Front Page Africa reported that I think we'll do some we'll check on it to know whether it is truth. If it is, then what did David Eto Brown what are doing? So you want to tell me the ordinary people who are the way in the villages and towns that they don't want to go do something? They will take a high in fact that year and go pay for what you call it citizen ID card. Is it possible? So it means that then the people will not even vote. It means the people will not vote. You get millions of Liberians, thousands of them, they will not vote. Because for one fact is that you telling the people that the ordinary people who not even get one cup of rice, you tell them go pay for when you not get your ID card, I mean, hey, you'll be serious in the country, yeah, man. Then when the people thought he cannot for teen, they say, oh, the people are against the government, all the kind of thing. And people can't really say anything, they say, oh, the other people, no, look, you'll be serious here. So we're not praying that you're not happy, because you have issues, confrontations with the ordinary Liberians, and they will not listen to that. So David Edward Brown last night, they kind of a decision you can ready be thinking, you can say ready saying you're thinking about it too. See when we come up with this kind of a decision, what more about the poor masses? That kind of a thing you will be thinking about. Then you get a politician to just made the whole place upside down. You get to confused. So you see, this is so saddening.
So would they pray that he kind of a thing not happen? To say you should get ID card. You forcing the people to go get ID card. So the woman who and of Badi, Grangy there, Tobo Eastern, and all the places there, Maryland, way in Maryland, all these kind of places. Lofa. So the people what way in the villages and town, I didn't want you say they might go pay. Father, you well, when you go for an ID card to get it, that problem. They will tell you what move you get ID card. And when you not get they can say contract. You know what they can say? You pay your own money, you say contract. When you not get contract, then you can't get your ID card. They tell you the Liberian people say ordinary people who not get the people not get food to eat. Let me boy, yeah, let me weird. Huh? The boy not even get food to eat. They see people then they'll tell you say they should go get that ID card for it before they get the voter registration card, the biometric card. Are you getting me now? Or you'll pay for it? You be careful the way you take decision. When you get the opportunity, you're in leadership. Sometimes you take decision in the interest of the Liberian people. And not for you. Maybe for you, you can afford. But sometimes you take the decision quite across. But back of the decision sometimes can only be in your interest. Then you get the young people into it, they're using it all the time. All these things need to be put on control. You have to sit down and think. There you have people from the about 63 Liberians in Cyprus. They obtain master's degree. They are happy. They are happy that they have obtained. We are happy for that. 63 obtain masters. I'm not talking about other countries already. People with some of the countries in the world, you have Liberians obtaining master's, PhD, all these kind of things. They want to come back to the society and contribute. But then you make everything difficult. Opposition, no position, imposition. You just made it just looking difficult for everybody. When the young people then come down here and they come to do what they're supposed to do, to contribute to the society, but they can't see anything working out. These are things you need to look at. You see, the young people don't see when people go and learn their book. When they learn, they come back to Liberia to come and contribute to the society, to the country. They yet to have that opportunity. So the government official will prioritize. I guess some of the people who gets a bachelor's, master's degree in civil engineering, but the contract for road projects being awarded to foreign nationals. But yet still the Liberian people, the young people will go outside and get a degree. Even though they will remain here and get a degree, but yet still they will not be able to get job to do. And you just then you're there too now. You're still want to be used by the people, politicians. I think the government need to take its stance. Liberians, the young people, they get placards all over the place. Disenchanted, this, all you kind of thing. When you go on the other side, you know, you come back. You know, you go so. I be confusing yourself all day. They say you guys are politicians in this country. Then when they give you the t-shirt, you pull on the t-shirt, you hold the banner, they give you $5, $10. They say disenchanted physician. They say disenchanted UPS. They just doing funny things in the country. They won't be serious. Seriously. You don't want to put in time. Look, they men that we don't want putting people in there. That we don't give them the opportunity. You're not being making yourself, you're the young people. I have to say we're begging and we're not begging nobody here. Yeah, we the young people that we don't want put in there. We're not begging them. Say, no, we're not gonna beg them. I think they weren't supposed to be coming to us. They are serving us. We put them in the position to serve us. So when they are not going the way we're supposed to see, the way they're supposed to go, definitely. We're not gonna be begging politicians. We're not gonna be begging senator representing. No, we're not begging them. So when y'all sit down there, October can you be phone, I want to leave you. Yeah, will do y'all say this enchanted after 2 days. Be adding confused. Yeah, so James, take it from there.
And that's the fact that we will continue to say it, right? This is our country. And if our country should be great, it should be not for the negative side. We want people to understand that Liberia is for all of us. With that, how we get a country. Now, our country, nobody owns that country. The country is for us. So, since the country is for us, we would like to appreciate the fact that once you are a young person, and this is not about being disenchanted all the time. This is about you knowing the fact that even a Bwakayo, we are Kumizo, all the many, if they come to you, understand that you have to put the interest of the country first. Because Liberia is what we got now. We ain't get nothing again. Only Liberia. We can't trade Liberia for anything else. We can't trade our country for nobody. The only thing we can do is to rally around, is to get together, is to make sure that our country is where it should be, is on par with other African and other sub-regional countries. That should be our main priority. Not to move on your young people all the time. You'll continue to be used by those guys. You'll still learn sense. They may not kind of lie to you all in the name that will be good in terms of representations. Y'all go on the street, go as far as fighting those for other people, insulting, running profanities against other people just because of certain man. At the end of the day, you understand that this is a country that bears the only denominator for all of us who can never trade this country for anything. We should know the fact that this is our country. That's real. Liberia is for me, Liberia is for you, Liberia is for all of us. So if and only if we want this country to be great, young people, everything rests on our shoulders. If Liberia will be great, if Liberia will be better, it is incumbent upon the young generation and the generation afterwards. If and only if we want Liberia to be on par with Nigeria, or to be on par with Ghana, even though those other African countries got their own problems as well. But if we can be in as much, we can our capital city Monroe can be as compared to Cairo, can be as compared to Lagos, Abuja, Yamoussoukro, Abidjan, and Bamako, Dakar, and all the West African capitals will be appreciative. The fact we should understand that Liberia for me, Liberia for you, Liberia for all of us, and we can make Liberia great. Young people, let us take this country serious. The other men can say in this enchanted city, go support Joe Boakai. The other man can say in this enchanted UP man, and go support Wea. One man will come to say in this enchanted ANC man to go support Gonglo. The other man will come say in this enchanted MDR, and you go support Wea. This enchantment will continue to go around, go around, go around. At the end of the day, what becomes of our country? We as young people are losing our integrity. Young people in this country, we are losing our integrity. Young people ain't got integrity in the country. And that's fine. Because the fact is, you will find another young man who might seem very proactive, very innovative, very intelligent. At the end of the day, he will find a young man being so dumb, so naive, very senseless. They will do things at the end of the day that will not be in the interest of all of them, and that will not be in the interest of the country. But for self-aggrandizement, for self-benefit, for self-enjoyment, at the end of the day, what becomes of the ordinary old man that all the way in Bokon, Chile? What becomes of the ordinary old man that all the way in Putu, all the way in Vubari, all the way in Grand Jira Bantry, where I come from? What become of this old man? It is because you only want for yourself. Young people, let us learn. Let us be courageous. Let us put aside our interest and seek for the interest of the people. Do you know what I call leader? Do you know what when they say this person is selfless? Meaning it's not for himself. He's for everybody. He's for the disabled. He's for the able. He's for the disadvantaged. He's for the advantaged. He's for those who feel not part of the society to have them incorporated into the society. That's how a leader behaves. A leader will not go and put a group of young gangsters terrorizing people. A leader will not go and have together young people carrying on gangsterism. Eh? Carry on what we call we call them bandits. Go around terrorizing people, go around saying lots of things about people, robbing people. At the end of the day, you call yourself a leader. You're not a leader, you are a deceiver.
Mm.
You are a deceiver. And you are a threat to national security. Because if you gather young people in the name that, yeah, I get my picking on the street, you're not doing well for them. You don't mean well for the young people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There are lots of bidding politicians out there say, I get my picking on the street. Who you call your picking on the street? They'll see picking you call on the street. These same people can be used at national treasury. These same people you call your picking on the street, that man, I get my picking will do what he do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get my pick. Who is picking you get?
Go in the black, get my picking on the black, you know.
Can you tell your little brother, your son, your daughter to say you get these things sometimes when we say it, these people get us in our feelings to say these kind of things. Bro, let's be real to ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Let us speak to the matter. Let us tell the people why it's meant to be a politician, to be a leader.
So some of them they are politicians, they are leader, but they can set the example that you know you have the capacity. Looking at your role in the society, they don't know these kind of things. So
Mhm.
you see somebody, oh, I'm going to blind, I'm going to not just it. I was anything. They can go there, they get some of the people with how you call it, disadvantaged youth, they can go to and then affiliate with them. When they go there, get a small thing. That's just all you're doing. You are not even helping them. You are not helping the young people. But the only thing you can do is we will go there and then go Central Street and go there yeah. That oh, you getting small thing.
Mhm.
That the city today, how you got this disadvantaged youth harass people in the town here. It's because you guys don't want to take the responsibility. Though you're not saying on there, but sometimes you create the avenue, the environment where they can be consoled. But these things are not working. But then you say you are leader. But some of them say they are being involved into alleged corruptions.
Mhm.
You know, some of them they know that they're there. Some of them from the executive, from the legislature, they know what they can do, and it is glaring. Then you say you're in leadership. Then you say you're leading the Liberian people. When you go, you're be involved in the corruption. You're not steal the country money. You not come back and then you say the people might vote for you. And the same people too now they will come. Yeah. I'm your brother, I'm your son. I've been here for a long time, and then you'll have to give me the chance again so that you know. And they see Liberian people who say they've been suffering, they want a better leadership, but then they will still getting people there around after they have been involved in allegedly corruptions. Y'all will still take them, bring them, you elect them into public offices. But in not anything. I mean, I know that normal thing in Liberia.
Mhm.
It has been a normal thing in Liberia.
On a routine, on a scale of I think 85, many young people in our country, not they are always not for the benefit of the people or their constituents. They are always for the benefit of themselves. And once they go to politicians and then they get some hundreds of bucks, a hundred or two bucks, they feel okay. Meaning they just feel like life is all to it. They will even go as far as politicians carrying on the Boulevard, Royal Grand, D Calabash, Farmington, spend 2 to 3 nights and posting on Facebook, insulting other people because somebody take you to Boulevard to have a night. That's insensitive. That's not called for. That's not what you should be doing. Your main focus should be how can my children's children, the generation coming after us, how would it benefit and when we shall have left this place, or if the town will be leaving the place, what would be their benefits? All you want us to be on the same O level where since 1847 this country going gained independence in 1922, this country was founded. We're living on a past story. Our forefathers didn't do nothing. They didn't do nothing for us. So you want our children or country to be telling us to be saying, oh, now our grandfather now living, they do nothing for us. Before your third say, okay, that only that because of Lanko Beni, our papi, they don't get houses and they do nothing for themselves. The reason why the car will be here. So why now? What are you doing for the next generation after you? What becomes the next generation? So look, that's just a few calls before I see our guests are already here. At the moment we start the ball kicking from the IB Charity Foundation. And we tell you we talk politics at times, but we have to go through a humanitarian walk and of course talk about the good workings of this humanitarian organization, the IB Charity Foundation. And like we told you, this involved into education and involved to a whole lot of different stuff. If they've done sharing on lots of stuff from with less fortunate and underprivileged young people in our country. Done a lot. We'll talk more about that. And we expect the guys should speak more on that. I know they're going to do that. So 0776 907 907 0880 907 907 0776 907 907 080 907 907. These are the numbers to call this morning to be a part this morning. We talk about the we got our very first caller from this line. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother.
Your name, where you calling us from?
My name is Jeffrey de Casco Menzabara, and I call you from New Israel in Brownsville.
It's a pleasure to have you this morning. Go ahead, let's share your engagement following.
Yeah, thank you guys in studio so much. I enjoyed the analysis, and you were speaking like you were talking directly to my soul. Because, I sometimes wonder how young people have tend to make themselves vulnerable in this manner. Is it because of lack of education? Because education is the change of mind. So if we look at people we call lawmakers to be using us around here, using us as protesters, using us to propagate their future in, hidden agendas, all those things, and then we put ourselves in the front line. I don't know how we really understand ourselves as young people in this country. Look at the issue with snow in Bombing County. When I remember during his second term campaign in Bombing, he told us that the first time you elected me, it was for myself. Now the second time I've come to you, You re-elect me, and then I will pay attention to. Is that the attention that he's paying? Bringing fake company to the country? Is that the attention that you regularly say? How do they want us to survive after they left? They left office. What is the legacy?
Mm-hmm.
Besides their personal properties, people point at the palm fowl, the man is doing the palm fowl, but the thing is for him. Has he turned it over to the county? For the county to manage it, to operate the farm and manage the proceeds? The issue is no. It is for him. So every other thing they are doing, they are personalizing it. So we don't rely on them as development in the counties or whatsoever. So young people, we should stop these things. You know, it is better to go to school with the intent of changing your mind or learning something than for you to go to school just to obtain a WAC or WAC certificate. And in that manner, you just make yourself vulnerable because you pretend to know and you don't know nothing. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you. 0770-907-907-080-907-907-907 and 0880-907-907. And the two numbers you called this morning to be part. We're talking about young people involvement, how they've been screwed, how they've been used, been duped. They use them, they screw them, and they dump them. We talk about young people. They are the future leaders of our country. They are key decisions maker, and the progressiveness and the success of this country lies on the shoulders of the young people of our country. So if our country should or must develop, young people should be there taking the lead. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where you calling us from?
I'm JB who calling from the 20th Street.
Okay, let's hear you die. Go ahead.
You see, some young people in this country are the problem for this country. Especially this group that they call People Defender. Why will you see something black and you see it's white? You will defend it at all costs because somebody give you $1 or $2 putting it in your phone. By the time they put OKFM on, they will take over the whole station in Monrovia to defend something that is not right. We all voted this government. This government is for all of us. But when they go wrong somewhere, yeah, let's say, hey, that look, you people have gone wrong this way, let's do it this way. But they got part of group of people defender. Anything in this, it was the annual alliance, depending free way. Those things are not called for as young people. You people are the future leader of tomorrow. Let's put it right where it belongs. Just because you go to city, they give you money, they give you this, then when you come when things are going wrong, you want to defend it at all costs. It don't mean well for this country here. Thank you.
Thank you. 0770-907-907, 080-907-907, 070-907-907, You should not be the tools of violence. You should not be used to incite violence against people, to rain profanities against people's person. You always need to be the change maker, the generational change maker, those wanting to see the best of our country. You should be of that kind, not of violence. You should always be for the people. This person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where are you calling us from?
Thank you. This is Edward Spencer M. Jones.
Okay.
And I question my resident here in Tupu, to be precise. Look, is it because of poverty? I think people forgetting to know is that those politicians that we're killing ourselves for, those people already live their lives. Even for example, if you say, but I don't win the election, or President, we didn't win the election, or Kumi didn't win the election, they will never ride Moldova on the street
No.
until they die.
Sure.
They will live or better life until okay, and our children will enjoy until they die. It is you and myself, Fisher, those guys are playing with. Make it is to you. They call endorsement ceremony, this enchanted vision endorsed Waka. Yes, it was genuine, right? I mean, it depends if that you own. But I know few guys that in our organization that are genuine citizen. In the next day, you see food yourself, they post on guys and t-shirt, they say that this enchanted unity party say endorse CDC. Look, my brother, you ain't see there, right? What thing about unity party will be disenchanted about now? I know few, I think of 4 guys from my community or hardcore citizen, one Fanny Fiatulu, one Antu Dolly, one Jerry Doe, and then one other guy again. They are hardcore citizen. They won unity party t-shirt. They went down there. They said, "Look how we are disenchanted unity party." And CDC allowed ourselves for, you know, for you to allow yourself to be used. For all of yourself, and you know now unity party, and you say, "I'm a disenchanted unity party." To begin appear, okay, and it will say disenchanted vision endorsed, and two will be disenchanted unity party will endorsed and two. I mean, thank you, man. Because thank you. I can speak.
Thank you so much. 0770907907. Let's take a call from this. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name? Where are you calling us from?
Thank you very much. This is Brother Arumenska from District 6 and Isti community.
Okay.
Thank you very much this morning. You see, today, for young people to be carried away by the unfit government, to come on and have a press conference, say they are disenchanted unity partisans. You know, at times when we listen to those things, it sounds so laughable and unbelievable. Unbelievable. There is no truth in it. It is a fallacy and diabolical lie. The first thing is what makes you disenchanted unity partisan.
But sometimes people can be disenchanted not because you're in government. You can't be in government,
no,
but
what will make you disenchanted now?
Because then
the people, the Unity Party are not in the proper seat of the.
It doesn't really matter. What matters most is that you have spent more from the Unity Party, especially when the person.
You expect more of the Unity Party.
Of course.
The Unity Party did what they could do 12 years. You're seeing transformation after the came to power and broken down the economy.
Hello. After the 12 years, the former vice president want to become president of this country, and the people are saying they're disappointed in him, especially when it comes to the conglomeration or conglomerating with the ANC, the LP, the forming the CPP, and later not being together. That could be one of the disenchantments.
No. That would not. Listen, that can't happen when it comes to that. So all these people will appear, what citizens will appear to carry on that kind of thing. What is about the people say they are disenchanted? You don't even say they are disenchanted in the form of that person, but you say unity party. We have to be real to the fact as young people.
Thank you, my young man.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
What's the name? Where you joining us from?
Thank you. This is Lost and Pine.
I hear you.
And I call from District 8 in Masalalo.
Okay.
No, it's so laughable. Why should the disenchanted Unity Party since you wait until disenchanted citizens turn over to Unity Party first?
All right.
What was the delay?
No, they wanted to see their men going for the count too.
Okay, then what is their count now? What quantity do they have in Unity Party?
Unity Party, as a former ruling party, have not done nothing for them, for the Liberian people. According to them, they have not done nothing. And of course, they have seen what the president have done over the past 5 years, which of course the name, the building of roads, the building of clinics, the paying of students' wise fee, the free tuition policy at government-run universities and colleges around the country. These are things that they counted on.
Okay. Anyway,
But then those guys who led from the CDC that went to the Unity Party, I think have a contrary view to that the guys then on the Unity Party on the CDC. Now, someone running from their house, that their power not finish them. The man who is the king of the town, the king children running from the king house and the king not finish them. No job in the country. They're not working. No, absolutely no job, no investment, no investor come here to give a job. Those guys are running from their father's house, going in the elder house for rescue. Then you say pretending? No, those guys are pretenders. They just propagate fallacy, fully that when people they are fully themselves. Some of us here, my brother, we prepare our own share to support President we are to be president. Today, only government is the source of employment in this country. Is that a good thing?
Thank you,
We
Chief.
need people.
Good morning.
Well, good morning, my good friend and brother. How are you?
Your name and where do you call from? Good.
Thank you. This is the people's governor. The most talk about district number 10 governor. Adamso Isaac Johnny from my comfort district from the whole of members of the spawn.
I mean, you say all that in again, remember. Coach,
Yeah,
get your
problem,
man, man.
Yeah, no problem. So the issue, it's just laughable when we hear some of our men from the other side talking like this. You're happy when you hear disenchanted pledging their support to York. But then when you get disenchanted unity partisan now that coming over to the CDC, then you get problem with it. You say they are not real. In fact, that they are paid agent, they this and that, this and that. They guardian, they give all of those kinds reason. Some of them they in the state run university, they free tuition. I think you listen to that press conference, they made a need for that. You can join somebody today, I say I leave on African class, I go join the next party. It doesn't matter. What matter is that.
Good morning. Your name and where do you call from?
Oh, this is not enough for me. I put it on call.
Go ahead, Nat.
Hello, getting me?
Go ahead. Listening to you.
Okay. Sometimes I was some more when get the person on when didn't do. When they happy. Instead of pushing the user. Doing this one time, those I was doing, how to call it, this example, they part of the different. I always say they function not to the different. We just say now not to the different. I have one of five. They from Backley, from Maryland, from Barrow, from Samuel to own one town. Five. All living together. They go down, they went in their activation. Then they were great to go there and tell you how they put their or they party. Different. They will tell you you just free in the country different. You know that you're not you partisan or not from the party. And they say you I think you can. I always say that they function not to we say we have serious problem. And you know saying we just try and use up. When some of them left on here, before you really some of them call them, they have people who depend some of them on social media every time. We know them. Them all of them the world keep in same area. But it's like still who went and then we want to continue to we say they will not sure the we sure to be friends. People are trying to enjoy it. I be living there, living good life. I be there. You stay down here, then we can be using all and passing around in something. This is something. So say they will not see what we could not suffer. And I pray that let's pray for you could not use all in the country. All right, for us. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where do you call from?
My name is Nyawepia Ibrahim Samba. I joined from Electoral District 2, Johnsonville.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Okay. So with regards to your question on young people and their integrity, you see, somebody was trying to lay a basis that dragged in the recent endorsement. You could clearly see a high level of pretenses in the last endorsement that came up from a group calling themselves dissatisfied or disenchanted Unity partisans in support of George Manuel Weah. You could clearly see so many thickness in it, especially the time that it came. Already, you just witnessed or the endorsement for Ambassador Boakar, and anyone could feel that yes, even if that group is a group that existed, anyone who is rational will say, if this group existed, why did they wait for this time? But you can clearly know that that group did not exist at all. It was only something to do a political attention and cover up and to fool the audience
to make it look like, oh, 10 people living from our camp and joining their camp, it means that people should live, or it means that people living from the camp to the camp also is equal. Nothing is equal about that. Everybody knows that this government is losing attention. Our only regret is to see young people trading themselves around. Well, if not for the maintenance of our own integrity, you think we all couldn't have done these things to go and accept the little things that they are doing and say we'll be calling on radios for that? You can't get so much that you and the person feel competent of their life. Today they will be on this radio show, tomorrow on the other radio show, the other tomorrow on the other radio show, and at the end they are not even able to pay their own rent. That opportunity came to my former coordinator after the TV government over. The man said, man, I want you to help from my beginner. Somebody said, we got a group here, they responsible for we are, and we can put few persons there and Elmo will be giving us something. And you are like, the men again for that kind of purpose. You talking about empowering people, then you telling somebody can become a person, or even if that does not exist, if that is not true about that person, you should go and do that. But because of poverty, we have struggle. That is the reason for which you keep.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and where do you call from?
Okay, this is Paul and I call from Programmation.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, first of all, those few politicians who telling the president that you're not doing your work, when they say it at the end, I really not know what to start from. These are the people that served for 12 years and no impact, and that we saw in the past. Mm-hmm. They ate their school fee and they ate their salary with pepper cara. Mm-hmm. Now, when we come to no job issue, how will you get job when you spoil the country name to the diaspora that the country is not safe? Nobody more can, no investment more come here. How do you expect your people to work? You tell the whole world that when you send money in Liberia, the government will still aid. Then how do you expect for the people to get work? They think they donate to President Weah. They're not donating to President Weah. The black people they want to lead, and then they donate to. Those things are not correct. You said 12 years, no hand mark. Then up to now, you still want to be president. And this poll is not a place to resign from. So thank you.
So, these are things we'll be talking about, and we'll continue to talk about it. Is the interest of the Liberian people is paramount. We must stand to discuss the interest of the Liberian people. Young people being used by politicians, it has been a normality, and I think we need better things to do. We need to involve ourselves into businesses. Okay, thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Brian, we are from
Go ahead.
I guess this is one of the talking about no hand mark for the past. And brother, don't want to go up
We don't take it again. We have to go across and talk to our guests. They already here from the Abbey Charity Foundation. They're going to be talking more about the foundation, what the foundation is involved with, what they do, and we will talk more on that. We'll have Ofori Nicholas Julian is Yeah. Uh, he's the co-founder of Abbey Foundation, charity foundation. We have Ramtris. I'm getting that right. Ramtris is someone is administrative officer of the Abbey Foundation, charity foundation. They're gonna be there. They are already here. They're not gonna be here, but they're already here, and they will talk more about the foundation. What is why the Abbey's charity foundation? Why are they involved with, and what are their plights? And how are people accepting them in terms of their humanitarian work and all the stuff like that? We'll talk about it. I bring them now, right? Ofori and Ramtris. Good morning. Welcome to Voice of Liberia. Good morning, Liberia.
Good morning. Thank you for having us today.
Okay, get a little closer to you. Okay. 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 Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having us today on your show.
Okay. Ramtris,
Yes, sir.
let's hear you.
Good morning.
Can you get the
Get close to the
mic?
mic.
Okay. Good morning, and thank you once again for having us on the show this morning.
Okay. First of all, want to know why the Abbey, yeah, why the Abbey's charity foundation? Why? What is it involved with? Why are you into?
First of all, let me say a big thank you to the Almighty God for bringing us here this morning. I also want to appreciate the whole. Center around three goals, that is education, health, and livelihood. So with that, my co-founder we explain more in relation to what I just said.
So, okay, the Abbey Charity Foundation was established in September, I think September 9.
Okay.
Our founder had an idea and she brought it forward. Or I had this idea for years. I've been trying to reach out to give back to the community. And I've noticed that there are a lot of youth and children that are lacking school fees that have the potential to be in school, but they lack the finances. So I was like, sure, that is a brilliant idea. We can make this work. And we reached out to influential youth that are also trying to make a change in the society. And they were willing, they accepted the idea. And we had our first activity in this month, January. We had the book drive where we were able to get some influential people as well to donate books to us. We receive over 200 plus reading books and copy books. And soon enough, we'll be launching our pen and pencil drive as well, so as to help ease the process of education. And also, we have our dialogue campaign that is currently ongoing because our mission is to raise funds that will enable us, the Abbey Charity Foundation, to be able to reach out to those kids and help get them in school. We'll be formally launching in July when our founder is in town. But for now, we will be doing most of the work on ground while she helped rally around within the US to get other funds and support for us.
Okay.
You talk about giving back to kids, probably those who are not in school, not going to school.
Yes.
You as a co-founder, how does this feel like giving back to people who might seem not to have or they have the hand to send their kids to school? You taking the initiative. How do you first, when you engage with Abby and you both sat together and discussed the foundation? How was it like? How did it feel giving back to humanity?
Well, it's basically like my everyday thing because I work with an NGO. So it's not new to me. It's an everyday thing. That's why she brought the idea forward and I was willing to work with her because this is something I do on a daily basis. So it feels great and emotional at the same time to know that there are smart people out there and they're out of school because of certain finances. And sometimes when you hear the money that people are out of school for, it's just so confusing. Like
Mhm.
you go, you notice it's like $50, $75 that people can't afford to even go to school. And from the people we have met so far, it's going to be great. It's not going to be easy as we think it is, but with the help that we have and with the volunteers that we have working with us, it's going to be an easy way. For now, we have like 10 persons that we are currently working with that we are providing school fees for. So that's a start.
Yeah, to make about to the administrative officer because he's responsible for all the administration of the institution.
Exactly.
When it comes to the giving back, how do you do it? What are the qualifications in giving back or in having somebody to pay their school fees?
Okay,
Traveling?
let me respond
Mhm.
to your question that says that pertaining to what you just said.
Okay.
Actually, we are not based on qualification
Okay.
because when you speak of underprivileged, you definitely know
Mhm.
what you definitely know exactly, right?
Mhm.
So we are not going by qualification. We are not looking for those who can score 90, who can score 80 or whatever. We're looking for people who do not have the hands at all to send their children to school. So like I can say that if we on the path of, or if we go on the path like say, oh, we should have a person who is going we should have a person who is going 80 or 90 before they can get on the program, then definitely it's not an organization that's intended to what to give education to the underprivileged, and then that mean that we are working in a scholastic form.
Mhm.
So we are not going in that actually there is no qualification. Once we go out there and we see that the parents do not have the head, we definitely come in and then help the family.
So I want to know what are your priorities?
Uh, Basically, is to it simply has to do with our goal. Our main goal here is to help get kids in school, those that are lacking finances. He mentioned that we are not going by any benchmark or so, but once we get you on our program, that's when we lay the premises that
Okay.
if you are under our scholarship scheme, you have to be at this level in school. You have to keep your grades at this level because at the end of the day, we go around rallying funds and we have to make reports and give progress to uh, um our audience out there.
Mhm.
We are spending money and people gotta know where they put in the money, they gotta know where the money went. So you don't get to have people on your scholarship scheme and they are making like 69, 70. That would be a waste. It would be better we just invest the money in something else. So once you get on the program, that's when we'll create the platform that once you are in this class, your grade should not go below this, your average should be this and this year. So basically that's it.
Do you have any plan for improvement in terms of giving back to people? I understood previously you said about have
Sure.
about 10 in terms of addiction,
Sure, but for now we are only dealing with 10 because we want to get our first success story from those 10 before we can add other people to our scholarship scheme.
Where are those things coming from? Only from Australia?
For now.
Okay.
It is high school or university level?
No, not university level. We are dealing with high school and junior and senior, basically.
Would you
For
mind
now.
telling us some of the schools and you just need to tell them?
It's always good to keep the news because we can reach
Okay.
out. We are staying in communication with some of the schools, but
Okay.
for now we have like 10 persons, but we are still in line with the school. And once we get done with the communication, we'll release that to the public.
Exactly.
When it comes to because running a charity institution is not as easy as people could see
Okay.
it.
Okay. Sure.
It comes with a lot, right? Probably you will spend a lot in return not to gain something. How it is like the obstacles, the challenges in terms of getting funding. This is fact is that the funder is in the US. Though she's there, but she go through a lot, and to find fundings and partners to make sure that we have to give back to these people, the young kids who are part of our shin, right?
Okay.
How it's like, and can you just give a little, narrative about the challenges, the obstacles, the circumstances attached to this charity thing? And somebody who wants to join the charity thing, no.
Okay, let me just give a little light, and then my co-founder will go into depth on that. We all know. Firstly, I would say a big thank you to Abby, because it's not easy task. You working, you being in America, you work the entire day, and then you get paid, and then at the end of the day, you take that salary and then give it to another person, and then you gotta keep that child in kids, that child in school rather. So it's not easy tax.
Okay.
Like in we live in a world where everybody have the right to be strong for themselves, right? So if Abby is doing a very very huge tax, that's why we thought it was to reach to this radio station to see how best we can get more donors, and we can get more support, because this is a very huge tax. Yeah, one person alone cannot do it. Though she have her own, she have her personal stuff there, right? So she will call it she will call on, or she's calling on other people to definitely come in and help the organization.
Do you also have implementing partners? Do you also have implementing partners working with Abbey Foundation to achieve your goal? Do you have
We are
For no.
for now,
okay.
we don't have partners.
We have silent donors.
Oh,
That's why we are saying, because there are some people who don't like to be in the spotlight. They just do their donation on the low. Yeah.
When it comes to like you, I don't know, what are your steps taken? Because in everything you do, there should be a goal. You can't do anything. My goal on the radio every morning I wake up by 5 to count reading, 6 o'clock and be on the radio is to have a very fluent spoken words and to build myself, my capacity as a professional journalist. That's my goal. What is the Charity Foundation's goal, especially nowadays where we have many foundations? Anybody who just wants to do something for anybody, they feel like it's a man true one. They have foundation. How? What's your goal? What you hope to achieve?
Our main goal is basically to stand out and be different in doing what everybody does. Like there will be a lot of people. Let me take it as an example. A lot of people are playing football. The way in which you play your football will promote you out there. So it's the same way. There are a lot of people doing some scholarships and what have you. So it is up to us as the implementing body to make sure that we are different, that we stand out, and do it in a way that is more relaxing, that there is no biases. Abby is a kind of, I don't know, we call her like the scripture in the Bible where they say there is no rest for the wicked. That's how we describe her, because once she's up, every time she will call group meeting, we'll be like, Abby, don't you sleep? She said, no, we gotta achieve this, we gotta wake up and do this. And I'm like, even Sundays, the day we had a book that evening, and she wanted to have a meeting, we said, no, but you gotta rest today. That's how she is. We are always working, trying to find new ways how to make ourselves better and different. So our main goal is to be different and ensure that if we are not able to help anybody, that one is a known fact. But those that will help will make sure that it is different. And if we notice that you are in a certain school that is not up to your level, we'll make sure that we upgrade that.
How do you work with your peers and who address similar issues? Example, I'm Gibson, have Gibson Foundation, Salam Foundation, the Abbey Foundation. In terms of conglomeration come together to make sure that we have a very single goal. We have the same vision. We envision a very similar thing. How do you work with people like that? In terms, for example, somebody would listen to the radio, but I would like to work with the Abbey's Foundation, a charity foundation. How do you work with the peers, and how can one get involved financially, morally, and whatsoever with?
So, like I said, this foundation and NGO work is a normal thing for me, right? So, the first and main thing is to respect everybody's view. There are times we to make decisions on certain issues, we will like hustle and talk, like branches is like they call our us in the group chat because every time we're trying to make a decision, we are already going like ahead and don't come back to a common goal. Even this morning to reshare, it was like,
It was very
like okay,
tedious.
co-founder will do it. That's how it should be because you didn't expect the workspace to be all rosy every day. There will be challenges as well, but
Sure.
the manner in which you channel these issues is how it get better. But those that are willing to work with us, we are open to working with people because, like they say, the more the merrier. But we are actually looking forward to people that are actually willing to work with us because there are, forgive me to say, but there are people who just want to fit in the crowd, and that is not what we're here for. We're here for people that will be able to work with us. You want to make your donations, we will leave our numbers. You can call us to make your donation. If you want to be a silent donor, that is for us. We're not mentioning you anywhere. Yeah.
How different is the Happy Charity Foundation from the rest of the other foundations from his claim now to you? How different
Mm.
is your foundation from the others?
Wow. Well, so like what you just said, the foundation is there are other foundations, that are engaged with different things. But as for our foundation, we are engaged into education,
Okay.
health and livelihood. So, like if you speak of what different, I'm not really understanding that.
How will you be different? Because many of times we see these foundations or charity foundation, all of them do the same thing.
Mm.
For example, everybody will look at them that already carried it to the Christian Association, they blank, they look at money, they give to people. So you come in to be different from the rest.
Okay, we are not going in that direction.
Okay. What direction are you
I,
taking?
I'm coming. The direction we are going in is mainly into education.
Okay.
There will come a time where we will reach
Mhm.
out to disadvantaged people to give them rest and stuff like that. But we're not mainly engaged into rest, to go give rest or to give the other thing. No, 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 no. We are engaged mainly into school business. We want to make sure that our future gets educated. We want to make sure that they attend good school, they get better education. Like like the other day when before I could join this organization, the the founder who is Abby, she told me, she said, Demetrius, I noticed that in Liberia, most kids they are into public schools. So what I want to do is that to take them into public schools and bring them into private schools. I did ask her why. She said because I noticed that in Liberia it's not what you know but who you know that take you to that take you to where you want to be. So I can know all my book, I can learn all of the book, but once I don't have a good I don't have a good friends out there, definitely I will not get to where I want to go. So she explained better as it relates to that. So I want you to have in mind that the organization is not engaged into breast giving, we're not engaged into SYC, we're engaged mainly into education, livelihood, and health.
So to add, like you said, we had three main goals that has to do with the education, health, and livelihood. But for now, we are starting with the education.
Education.
As time unfolds, we'll get to other things
Other
because
things.
we don't want to get things mixed up, and like other people say, squandering funds.
Exactly.
We have to focus on the main priority now. Then, if we had a scheme where, like for now, we have like 10%, if we reach where 5% become graduates from high school, then we can say, oh yeah, okay, the 5% that are already on the scholarship scheme now we can focus on the health issue like providing health items and what have you. But for
Exactly.
now, we are only focusing on the education.
Education.
Yeah.
How does the organization show that beneficiaries um, have a say in the decision making process, specifically if you going pay for their school fees to the tuition? Do they have say, especially with their parents? How is this done?
Sure. Once we do the recruitment and we notice that, for example, John is a child who lacks finances to go to school, the first thing is we split the team into two. One team is going to the school that John attends, to find out the financial status of him, even though it will be hard to get. The other team will go to joint parents to meet with the parents and discuss, oh, we encounter your child, we want to help your child. How is it like going to school? How are his grades and what have you? So we do both the meetings with the school and the parent. For there, before we bring it back to the team, we do a vote on it to see if, yeah, how can we help this child? Yeah, basically they have us saying everything that we do. We have our founders speak to the child directly, speak to the parents as well, and speak to the school as well. So it's not a hidden process that you just wake up and say, I will help a child. Yeah.
So how is it like now in terms of their performances, in terms of the grade aspect and the performance of the students?
For now, yeah, they are doing well. The first person we started with, we found her through social media. I think her name is like Chelsea, the girl who is I kind of forgot her age, but she's very young and brilliant, and she does her whole school, and she's in 10th grade now. So we're able to change her school, and now she's doing exceptionally well. We've been in contact with the school, we've been in contact with her parents, and her dad even volunteered to do a live coverage of our book drive. The DTV, they were there at the DTV
Okay.
stuff doing our book drive. Yeah.
We have with us the Abbey Charities Foundation guys from who here to this. You listen to them speaking very, very excellently about the institutions, the way to give back to humanity, paying kids school fees in Monrovia. Before we go to the phone lines, because we have our next guest outside, what are the plans on the way by the foundation, the organization, to extend outside the Masrado, understanding Monrovia's and Liberia? They allocate in Granji there. I will put the first day what I hear from. They are allocated from Ambassador, Virgis, and no places, Rulofa, Nimba. They don't have the hand, they need help. What's plan on the way about the Abbey's Charity Foundation to extending their gextro outside of Masrado?
There are plans to extend, but for now we are focusing on short-term goal. That is for now to June that we can be able to send at least 10 persons within Monrovia to school and be able to jot down progresses before raising funds to extend out there. Because in extending out there, we have to get staff that will be in accounted to help monitor the processes because
Exactly.
we can't send in Monrovia and do it all. So for now that we have everybody based in Monrovia, I think we can start from there and yeah, later as time unfolds, we will reach out to other counties.
Okay, so
So yeah, in a nutshell, to what he just said, small may big, small may big. we are working mainly in Montserrat as of now. We have plans to go outside, to go in the counties, but like what he just said, for now we are working in Montserrat.
Okay.
Small may big.
Small, no, I like that. Small, maybe. And friend me was it MPMP.
MPMP, sure, very good.
0770 These are the two numbers we called this morning. We have first the Abbey's Charity Foundation. Guys, I hear you listen to them properly. You want to ask a question, you want to commentate them, give them some commendation about their workings, and making sure that at least their short-term goals been achieved. And about 10 plus students. The school should make a point this morning on 0770 and you'll be live on Voice of Liberia. You should listen to Nicolais and Ramtrace, the both here from the Abbey's Charity Foundation, and they spoke on a variety of issues about the organization, how it is working to make sure that yes, kids are being sent to school along with their funder who had our first caller on the line. Good morning.
Morning.
The name we call it from.
Yeah, I'm calling from Korea. I'm speaking my frequent.
Let's hear your mind.
Thank you. I call you line to find out how can one obtain the scholarship form for a child.
Okay. They'll respond to that. Thank you, ma'am. 07. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name where you calling from?
Good morning.
Your name where you calling from?
Oh, I'm Flomo Baba calling from UAA community.
Okay, let's hear you.
I know that these kinds of initiatives will need compensation. So those are in studio now working with this organization. Are they working in other places or they are working full time with the organization? And if it is so, are they being compensated and how do they get compensation?
Okay, thank you. 0770. We take one more call. Go back to it, guys. 0770 and you'll be live from this platform this morning. Our first set of guests are here from the Abby's Charity Foundation, speaking more about the organization and some of the things they involve with and what they about to do this person. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Jenny, where you joining us from?
Yeah, I'm James Farah calling from Bowman Bridge.
Okay, let's say Jim.
Yeah, I just want to commend those colleagues in studio right there because I'm also coming on some a similar initiative, and then I really want us to see how we can be able to get together. So that's my contact. I would love to have the contact also, so that probably will my point.
Okay, thank you, James. They will read a contact before going, and you'll get it. Thank you so much. You listen to it because you, yeah, we just respond to the calls in the no show followed by your party statement. Yeah.
Okay, I would like to respond to the second question that says that are they working
Yeah,
for compensation or
okay,
stuff like that?
okay.
Okay.
This
This is an organization. Yeah, this is the organization. For now, we are not working for compensation.
Okay.
We work for humanity. We're not working to get paid or not because we are just starting. So,
but subsequently, subsequently,
Basically, me, I would not be working for compensation actually because
but we are not working for
I have
compensation.
multiple.
We're not
I would
working for
not say multiple jobs. I have
compensation,
other jobs that I do, and
yeah.
I work in the NGO setting, so I know how it is to raise funds.
Okay.
So I don't expect her to be like giving her funds out. And the sweet thing about it is that those that are working with us are all influential youth. We have people that are going to school, people that already have their own jobs. They don't put money first. They always focus on getting our goals to make sure we meet our goal and our targets. So
Exactly.
basically, I don't see maybe in the future people will want compensation, but for now they are not
There-
about
there is no
compensation. They are only
compensation.
focused
No.
about working. But she sometimes like chipping, she'll be like, "Oh, let me send your internet, because they run the show. Let me send scratch cards and other things." Basically, that's it. That's just it. But we are not on her back to say, "Oh, we need money for this." No.
Okay.
Just good.
I think one of the caller asked, well, how can one get or team the form?
Okay.
Okay.
So we will leave our numbers here, and they can call. Definitely, they will take the process from there. If you call us, we have someone sent to you to do the evaluation process.
Just call your number because one of the guys here.
Okay, so the first number is 0770-533-952. I read it again, 0770-533-952. And my colleague will give the other number.
And my number is 0776-085-698. I take it again, 0776-085-698.
Okay, so just your parting comment quickly for you quickly, and what you have to say to listeners and about the charity foundation. Your parting comment.
Okay, we would like to say thank you to the Voice of Liberia for having us first. And to our founder, Abikui, thank you for believing in us to help you accomplish your dream and your goal. And to the audience, uh, continue to work with us and please be fair and open because if we have an issue where people are not being fair at the end of the day, all the work that we do will go to waste. So it is for us, it is for you. So I'm sorry, not for us. We do these things to help you get to where you want to be. There are a lot of kids out there that have the potential, but they lack the finances. I know how it feels. I attended school where my friends were put out of school every day, and it used to pain me that I couldn't do nothing about it because I too was a child just coming up, and I saw how my parents used to look for money to get me in school. So it was very much challenging. Like I knew someone who were attending a university. They had their GPA at 3.1, but couldn't afford to continue the process. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But for now I'm part of something that we can make a change. I'm sure it's going to be great. So thank you all so much.
Okay.
Okay, I want to say a big thank you to Voice of Liberia for hosting us this morning, and a big thank you to our CEO and founder in person of Abby Deepway. My parting statement would be that we say a big thank you to Abby for coming in with such initiative that has to do with to help the underprivileged community. So a big so much to you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
From the Abbey Charity Foundation is Nicholas Ofori, A.L. Nicholas Jr. and Ramses and someone. The both of here to they spoke on the foundation, the progress made and what they what they are involved with and they are like plan for half a year they stay. So we say thank you so much to all of you, and it's a pleasure to have them here as always. This is the voice of Liberia. We'll take a very short break, and we will be right back. Our next guest are from Operation Safe Bombing on the Western Cluster Limited, Liberia. Clifton Hilton. His guys are here already, and we will be ushering them in. So they'll be our final guest on this segment of Good Morning Liberia. And we say thank you so much to all of you. And we say thank you so much for joining us this on this platform. We'll take a very short break to be right back on. Save our people from economic bondage. Save our people from economic hazard. There are lots of things to talk about here this morning on our platform. Like we told you, uh, some guys from the Operation Safe bombing. they're gonna be here. I've recent if you've been following us, who've been speaking about the issue of Western Cluster Liberia Limited. Western Cluster Liberia is still iron ore mining a company that is involved in extracting ores from Liberia, especially from the so Western Cluster Liberia Limited is a iron ore mining company that operates in the country, especially in the western part of Liberia. It has three affected communities and counties. The specifically in Bomi, Granite Mound, and Bapolo counties. Those three counties are the operation sites of Western Cluster Liberia. Of recent, there are lots of claims and counterclaims about the issues of Western Cluster Liberia, where the April 12th memorandum of understanding that was signed accordingly was not in consent of the people. Yeah, or not in consent in this order of the people of the people of Bomi were not even know how the MOU was signed. I was part of the first sitting, the second sitting of the sixth and final section of the House of Representatives, because I stand there as a reporter, and representative of Nimba County, Samuel Koga, Samuel Koga sent a communication to plenary to set the management of Western Coastal Liberia, and not just the management, but the Minister of Mines and Energy, and no, that's lying. The thing under that thing. Yeah. So the management to sack them to plenary to know how the MOU was signed, who signed it, and the Minister of Mines and Energies as well, to minister to be sacked. And plenary voted on that, sent it to the Committee on Mines and Energy and Judiciary, Ways, Means and Finance, and Claims Petition, and they'll be reviewing and reporting on before 2 weeks. We have two of the sons from bombing Operation Safe Bombing. How the operation gonna save bombing? Why should the operation save bombing? We have Clifton Hilton and his colleague. They will probably, I will introduce them, but they will introduce themselves more than I would do. So we'll have them here both. Good morning, welcome to Voice of Liberia. Good morning, Liberia.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Okay, come closer to the mic. Okay.
Is it okay?
Okay, it's okay now.
Let me say good morning to the management staff of Voice of Liberia.
Mhm.
It's a pleasure coming to share on this platform. Thank you.
I'll say good morning to the Voice of Liberia family. By way of introduction, I'm Michael Billy Sander Johnson Sr., a true son of Bombay County, and I will be pleased if we can deliberate so that our people can listen to all of the kind of arguments and counter arguments and do the right judgment. Thank you.
Western Cluster Liberia has been in the news. Bombay County, not Western Cluster, but Bombay County has been in the news with regards to the operations of Western Cluster. We've heard, we've seen lots of counterclaims and claims coming out from the county. What are you championing this cost to have bombing safe on your binders, Operation Safe Bomb?
Okay, thank you so much again. Um, in a collective effort to fine-tune our democracy that is indispensable to the attainment of growth and development, economic boom in Liberia, we will continue to chastise thuggery and hooliganism that are an enmity syndrome to the issues of good governance that borders on the dignity, the economic dignity of our people. And I would like to moving forward, I would like to historicize this entire Western cluster issue a little bit before we can go to the substantive. On November 28, 2008, the government of Liberia issued a, a general solicitation for bid proposals for the exploration and mining of iron ore in the Western cluster iron ore deposits of Liberia. On May 15, 2009, Elenito Mining and Minerals Limited, a company that was at the time registered under the Aguilian laws, submitted a response to the invitation to participate in a bid that was issued by the government of Liberia to mine iron ore deposits in the Western cluster region of the country. In the same 2009, December, the government of Liberia notified Western cluster, Elenito, that it has received, it has accepted, it has accepted Western cluster to participate in the bidding process. Now, it will interest you to know that Western cluster, 2 months on June 7, 2011, 2 months prior to the ratification of the Western Cluster Concession Agreement, after Elenito had won the bid, she filed a certificate of conversion with the Secretary of State for the state of Delaware, converting from Elenito Mining and Minerals Limited under the Aguilian laws to Elenito Mining and Minerals Limited Liability Company. As we start investigating, why did Western Cluster change her name or convert it to a new name 2 months prior to the ratification? Because the Western Cluster Concession Agreement was ratified on August 19, 2011, and it was approved by the President on August 22, 2011, printed into handbill and published, thus making the MDA a law reflecting the collective interests of the Liberian people. Moving forward, this identical deed have been characterized by the lack of transparency and accountability from its incipiency. There has been pundits, there has been enlightenment thinkers, there has been economists who did a lot of research, extensive comparative research, behind the credibility of Elenito Mining and Minerals to have the capacity to mine iron ore deposits in Liberia. Now, it will interest you to know, and for the consumption of information of the listening public in Radio Land, that in order for a company to possess the capacity to mine iron ore anywhere around the world, you must have had 25 solid years of mining experience. That had not been the case.
Is that the case with Western Cluster?
Absolutely not. I just told you they converted to a new name. They were registered in Angola under the Angolan law. Angola is a country situated in South America, right? So they were once registered, but 2 months prior to the ratification, they converted. They filed a bill of conversion. I told you that with the Secretary of State of the state of Delaware converting. So they did not have the capacity.
Okay. Who,
So,
who do you think is responsible in terms of converting the company's name?
well, my issue is not about who's responsible. My issue is about you put out a bid as a company here, Voice of Liberia, right? And I submitted my credential, my company credential, if you will. And immediately I won the bid. At the point of signing a contract with you, I changed my name. It's something to ponder over. And that happened 2 months. I don't know whether this is best practice, but let's move a little further. Ever since this deal started, it had lacked transparency and accountability. The scope of operation of Western Cluster had not been conforming or had not conformed to applicable law and best mining practices. That's another phase. It will interest you to also understand or know that immediately Western Cluster won this contract, she sold shares. She entered into, in fact, prior to the ratification, she had already entered into a purchase and sharing agreement with Bloom Fountain Limited, a wholly owned subsidiary of CISA Goa, registered under the Mauritius law. Of course, you also know that this Western Cluster we are talking about is also a wholly owned subsidiary of Elenito. All right? It registered under Liberia law. She sold and made 90 million when the citizens of the Western region had not benefited of dying.
Who do you think is responsible?
The government of Liberia is responsible because
how then?
If you have leadership in play, if you have people with the political will and fortitude to institute policies and ensure that these policies are followed up and adhered to the letter in keeping with the practices and tenets of good governance, these kinds of corporate corruption and broad day looting will not be entertained on our governance system.
What has been your relationship with your lawmakers?
Well, we've had there are lawmakers. Back then, we are engaged them on several fronts. But I can be crystal clear that the relationship is deceptive.
How?
They deceived the citizens of Bomi County vis-a-vis the Western region by aligning few members of the legislature, aligned with few members of the executive, and articulated a new instrument called the Memorandum of Understanding to afford Western Cluster the opportunity to operate illegally in our country. Where if you read that six-page document,
what do you mean when you say Western Cluster operating illegally?
Because the MOU is unconstitutional. There's nowhere in the world, no precedent case in the world, where a memorandum of understanding takes precedence or supersedes the law.
No, nowhere.
Absolutely not. It is wrong. It is anemic. It is counterproductive to the developmental drive and the governmental principles of this country.
Some of your lawmakers were part of the renegotiation process back in April of last year that signed a particular MOU. Why would we say this is illegal? When the old members of the legislative caucus, some of them were there. They part of the particular renegotiation process.
Well, you and I know that we have 103 lawmakers, and you cannot have a concession agreement being executed by few lawmakers. It raises eyebrow and leaves a lot of question unanswered. If there had been any deal of such, they had to go back to the layers of the legislature. Yes. We run a constitutional democracy and a bicameral legislature. So you cannot have a situation where Edwin Snow and other few caucuses, I mentioned his name all in my conversation because he is at the center of this and playing PR role for Western Cluster.
He won't say he's not part of the entire stuff again.
Yeah, because he understands that
you think he deceived the people upon
it's an absolute and shared deception on the part of Honorable Snow. And this constitutes um, um, an insatiable, it constitutes a person who has an insatiable quest for luxury and wealth. He chases after his personal aggrandizement
The detriment of the people.
at the detriment of the broad masses. This is unfortunate. But let me go a little bit further. This issue is a syndicate against the people of Bom County, here, the Western region, where you have the Justice Minister and Attorney General of the state, Councillor Frank Musadin, signing onto this MOU, a lawyer, a legal luminary who understands how these issues work. He signed onto it. You had Mowell Gray, the NRC boss, National Investment Commission boss, also affixed his signature.
Do you have document to that? Do you have document to prove?
Oh yeah, the MOU is flying all around here. You go online, you see it there.
But you have copy of the document.
You know, I didn't come with the
But
copy
when
of
you
the
come in
document.
now, you say you can't see nothing.
No, I know that I was coming to create awareness because we are going to pray the Honorable Supreme Court in a few days to put an injunction on this process. I was not coming to court. I was coming to grant an interview. So I did not come with empirical facts.
January 11th.
But put me on record. Every bit of the information I provide here, they are factual. We do not believe in trying to run negative propaganda against officials of our government. No, we are not. We're not in the business of running smear campaign. I'm not a master of grandiloquence. I believe in reality. In the reality, our humble plea to the government of Liberia is to ensure that we revert to the Mineral Development Agreement.
Exactly.
And we want all those individuals who had a hand in this, by extension to the office of the president, because the president understands what is going on in Bomi County. The process they received the approval of the president, technically, though he did not face his signature. But if the president says he's not aware of what happened in Bomi County, then the president needs not to be president of this country. Because this is an open secret, a broad day butchering of the economic dignity of the people of Bomi County, and a callous bastardization of the economic drive of the Western region. You weigh 14 million. Yeah. Who authorized the waiver of 40 million? From the poorest region in Liberia, you weigh 40 million. There are processes under which you weigh 40 million. Even the president, all by himself, does not have the right to give a waiver. Why are we waiving 40 million? When these people are about to ship over 120 million worth of oil at the port, at the free port. Our roads are damaged. We are getting unconfirmed reports that as a result of continuous exposure to the oil, because the manner and form under which they are extracting the oil from the country and transporting is very careless. So we are getting unconfirmed reports that some of our people are beginning to experience diseases on their skin. I say unconfirmed, we yet to confirm that. But one thing we know for sure is that studies have shown that exposure to iron ore has a serious effect on the human body. So there is a wild possibility that even if not now, but in future to come, there could be a serious outbreak. In the absence of a full-scale conduct of a feasibility study report that should have served as a prerequisite to the granting of a Class A mining license, these people are operating. This is unserious on the part of the government. This is callous. This is barbaric. And this is absolutely wrong. It undermines the economic dignity of our people, an attempt to perpetually keep our people down the ladder, the poverty belt. We think this is wrong. And I don't know why people feel so accomplished when they execute these heinous and grave acts against those who stood in queue to elect them into public offices. This is wrong. This is an act of gangsterism, a syndicated and stylish criminality against the people of Bomi County. We will be praying the Honorable Supreme Court in a few days. We are in good consultation with our team of competent lawyers. And we filed to put a moratorium on all utilities of Western Cluster in Bomi County.
Lima County Representative Samuel Corker sent a communication to plenary to start the management of Western Cluster Liberia to know who gave the authorization to the Mines and Energy Boss, the NIC, and the Minister of Justice, all those people who are part of this the signing of the memorandum of understanding. As you that are championing this cause in the interest of the citizens of Bomi, in totality, those on Western Liberia, Kitmount and Bapulu, who are the affected communities, what do you say? Did you sense that plenary after the eviction of this communication, when this shall have maybe have the management cited, what the outcome of their citing would you expect from them? Do you really see that scrutinization of the lawmakers? Because they are the same people that some of them were part of the MOU signing, and they say they made them all come. What's your thoughts about that?
I believe it's a playful issue.
How it is playful?
It's playful because it's even belated. Samuel Koga, when I was on OKFM yesterday evening, Samuel Koga, the same Samuel Koga called in. And his issue was we should leave Snow alone because Snow is an actor and we always need him to do the needful. And though we got some good arguments about this process, this illegal process, but I think his whole issue is a sharp contrast to the reality. Whether you put a communication on the floor or not, I think the proper direction right now is to seek recourse of the law. Okay. It is only the Supreme Court can put this issue to rest. We're not going to take this issue to some lazy representation that will not seek the interests of our people.
Exactly.
But they have the responsibility for their oversight and representation as well.
Unfortunately, the responsibility is being used to play PR role for the company. And I gave you a classic example about every Snow playing PR. This is not the first time he's played PR.
You continue to say PR.
For example, he goes to the people of Bomi County and say, for example, you leave the road by 6 to 7 p.m. to allow 7 to 8 trucks use the road. If anybody has issues with the company and you don't come to us, you get in the street, we're not listening to you. This is strictly PR. In fact, you are telling the people you are violating the freedom of movement. That's a constitutional breach. This is strictly PR. This is the same man who was fronting for Gazprom, the Russian oil giant. You remember?
On record.
When the former president, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, left him under the Palawa Hut because she could not stomach his insatiable and highly desperate quest for luxury and wealth. This is every Mavis law. This constitutionally constitutes conflict of interest. You should be scrutinizing and ratifying and now providing representation and opening up avenue for the company to illegally rob our people. This is absolutely proper relations.
He say he does that because he need those bombing and other affected communities to be job, to have job, to be working.
But now let me interrupt you a little bit. That's a blatant lie. Let me tell you something. A man who claims you come in colleague. Let me land on this point. A man who claims that his sole and store interest is to create jobs for the people of Bomi County. His action has taken jobs from the people of Bomi County. How? He's currently violating the same Derby concession agreement under Section 5.4 that says, for example, no one should own palm plantation in the proximity of the concession area. As I speak to you, Mr. Snow owns a plantation few kilometers from the concession area. He's one of the prime reasons why Sen Derby left this country. A potential employer and potential taxpayer had to sell out on the Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange market because the likes of somebody like Eric Mary Snow, who was a member then of the lower house, it was part and parcel of the ratification of the Sen Derby concession agreement, has the audacity to violate and bastardize callously the economic rights of our people by violating Section 5.4 of the Sen Derby concession agreement. So this man comes back to you, for example, and says to you that my intention is to create jobs. How can you be creating jobs when you're violating a concession agreement and causing a potential employer to leave? This is a mere bluff. This is political grandstanding.
Do you think the people of Bomi may have regret electing him as a senator?
Well, I think it's accidental. To have Edwin Mervyn Snow being a senator of Bomi County is accidental. Though I have not come to focus my conversation on him because I will not use your precious time given me to promote this man. Everybody know who Edwin Snow is. Everybody know that he has a serious character flaw. He's very fraudulent.
But just say that.
All right, the devil in disguise. No, he has a serious character flaw. This is the same man. This is the same man who made a female butt naked during the bachelor night of
Chief. You can say that. You can say that.
Patrick Horner. He has a serious character flaw. He's very fraudulent.
Sando. And there are lots of citizens. I think probably you might be among them who calling for the impeachment of one of your senators, even though he's not the center of discussion, but it's also concerned with these Western cluster issues. It is because of the issue, citizens of that county, of recent who have one of the young activists from that county who's also say his life is at risk as a result of speaking truth to power. What are just 10 and Operation Saving Bombing that you calling for the impeachment of a senator elected by the people? Transparent elections in a midterm election. Why are you people calling for the impeachment of this man?
Well, I'd love to say thank you for having me here. But we have not come to discuss about the impeachment of any sitting senator.
Okay.
Of course.
That is not our focus. Our focus point is to emancipate the Western region from the hands of those that think that we're going to run gangster paradise. We have not come to denigrate or in any form to criminalize anybody. But the truth need to be told. And so we speak the truth to our people so that we cannot be remembered as those that sat down and did nothing for Bomi County vis-a-vis the people of Western region. So those that are calling for the impeachment of a certain senator, they have their rights.
Okay.
Article 1, Section 1 of the Constitution gave all citizens of this country the right. It is enshrined. So they have their right. We will not condemn them. But Operation Safe Bombing will focus on those fundamental reasons why we were constituted and for which we will focus. Our people cannot be exposed to risk. The roles of bombing have become very unsafe. The roles of bombing have become very unsafe.
How is it unsafe?
When you have 78 to 100 trucks flying that corridor on a daily basis, you know there are smaller vehicles. And that means that they will either be trying to dodge those big vehicles and land in the valleys. Some will be crushed, which are some of the reasons for which we think that our roads have become unsafe. Point 2, we do not want to have a repetition of what we used to call, some people call it bombing hole. Bombing hills used to be the paradise of this nation. When our people did not go up to bombing hills to have weekends or vacations, it means you did not go anywhere best in this country. Today, our county bombing is being labeled as the poorest county. How can that be? Listen to my learned colleague, what he discussed about people, they are about to export oils that cost over 100 million. How much of that money will go to bombing county? But yet we sit in Monrovia and say bombing county is the poorest county. You surmise it when our people are living in wealth and are being deprived by few and greedy individuals for their own selfish and personal greed. That is unacceptable. We will not tolerate it.
Before we go, we run out of time. We go to the phone lines. You talk about. I heard you talking about going to the Recreation Law Body, the Supreme Court of Liberia, which is the high decision making body. When do bombing citizens, those listening, when do you expect to go? Because there are so many concerns. Like even not too long, we have had a senatorial hope for Soko Dole on the line, but because of some internet connectivity, and he have been here online with you guys. There are lots of citizens' concerns about these issues. When do you the people expect? Because you are the voice for them now. Many of them don't have the time to get them on the road to speak. Many of them, if they speak, people don't listen. You on the spotlight, you the activist, you the well-schooled, learned individuals from the county, and are speaking on these issues. When the people expect that, we will go to the Supreme Court and this particular Western Council MOU, and we will know how it is signed, and their operations can be put to halt. Just before we go to the line.
Yeah, well, our people in Bowman County, vis-a-vis the Western region, and especially diaspora citizens as well, can be assured that we're working closely with our lawyers. From here, we'll be going to the law firm again. We're going to do that in the coming days. I will not be specific on the main day for some reasons, but we will be petitioning the court this week. We'll be petitioning. Of course, the court is a process, all right? Especially, this is a fight against the government of Liberia, where you have the president and other key members of the government involved in this. So, process are underway. Our legal team is working, and we are also working closely with our legal team to ensure that in the not too distant future, in the coming days, we will be able to file a petition and pray the Honorable Supreme Court to put a moratorium on the illegal activities of the company in Bowman County. Our people can rest assured. We will not let them down. We are in this with the knife to our throat and the bullet to our chest. We will not succumb to any form of anything. We are prepared physically and mentally to continue on this path, on this trajectory. And we can assure you, journalists, because like my colleague said, Bowman County have been the hub for economic activities in Liberia, ranging from 1957 onward to the latter part of the 70s. Unfortunately, today it is the other way around. We will ensure, and proceeds from that county have been used to construct public institutions in the Republic. Okay. So we can assure the general public that this issue will not be abandoned. And in few days to come, the company activities will be halted through the Supreme Court. And we trust the Supreme Court, we trust the full bench, and we believe that they are there to espouse the issue of the rule of law in Liberia, and they will not let the Western region down.
0770-907-907-907. So not like the Western region down. If you listen to the guys from the opposition safe bombing county, and it's although two counties, especially the Western region, you listen to them about the Western cluster of Liberia, planning to go to the Supreme Court to, in consultation with lawyers and other consultants, and to make sure that they have the right thing being done. Good morning.
Hello?
30 seconds. Go ahead quickly. The name.
Yeah. I want to meet man calling for joining the street.
Let's hear you. 30 seconds, please.
Yeah. I just want to tell the guy that in Australia having faith. They don't know how to faith.
Who are they?
The people they are seeking, they are seeking political interest. They are only hating any snow.
Okay.
Yeah, my man.
Thank you.
Yeah, like you so.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where you calling from?
Let me say good morning to your studio guests and to your many listeners. This is Bobby Awu Menska from District 6 SD Koporu. Let me appreciate your studio guest this morning because it is a patriotic Liberian and a patriotic man who has love for the country and the country.
Okay.
Because we will not say to see men snow.
Thank you. We don't have much time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, where you calling from?
Okay, for the benefit of the listening public,
please do it.
My name is Major I'm calling you from down my office. I'm the chairman of the Board of Relations. I would like to commend your field guests and encourage them that they need to expand their community to other Western cluster members, people like us from Guatemala, so that we can join in solidarity to fight this type of bad governance, expectations of our land when our people are living under poverty in the Western Bloc. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Raja. 0770-907. We'll take about 2 calls. We'll go back to our guests. You go quickly. 0770-907-907. And you will be live this morning. A good morning, Liberia. We have the guys from Operation Safe Bombing, and they've been speaking on issues of national concern, especially related to the western part of Liberia. This person, good morning. Please go ahead from the monitor, please.
Yeah,
Your name, where you joining us from?
my name is Aaron calling from Machari.
What is that, Aaron? Go ahead. 30 seconds.
Yeah, I heard my brother saying that once we do a marijuana understanding supersede agreement. And I know that the agreement has already been signed in the past government, and this government inherited it. So the memorandum of understanding is where in the company and the government will work collaboratively to make sure the agreement come to pass. So for them to say that they don't see logical or legal for memorandum to come. Memorandum is just the understanding. Because the contract was signed and delayed because of COVID. And even the Ebola delay, the COVID delay also. So now, coming back to start what you have to discuss as party, what are we going to do? The development thing that we cannot do right now, how soon will we do it? And when will we start doing it? How much person can we employ on the first phase before the second phase is service? So that's why I'm honestly keeping it. So for them to say that, I mean, they need to consult lawyer before coming on the air.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Your name, where you calling from?
This is Mr. Hill, Samuel V. Hill Jr. Calling from the Brooklyn Bell.
Okay, let's hear you, Mr. Hill. 30 seconds quickly. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Please, I just want to get information to gather here. Thank you for the deliberation. But please, before you listen, I want for you to get me your information so that we can get in touch with you because you are discussing issue of vital interest related to our counties and that. So let us better know you and better information so that
Okay.
we all done this because it's a lot of things. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Well, I go back to our guest. Yeah, we listen to callers, so many calls, but and as radio is time, our news will keep coming on this. You listen to the callers, just respond to the callers in line with your party statement.
Okay, to the second to the last caller, who said that we need to consult our lawyers. It's unfortunate that a young man calls on this kind of critical platform with critical minds and with absolutely no information. The first thing he lied publicly that the company could not operate because of COVID is a blatant lie. 2 reasons why the company could not operate. One, the fall in iron ore price on the world market. And the second, the Ebola crisis. That's the 2 reasons. So he needs to do more research. Read before you talk. Don't be a bad talker. But let me say thank you to the rest of the callers who contributed meaningfully to the conversation. I want to be grateful to the management and staff of Voice Liberia. It's been a distinguished pleasure and a blissful honor to always come and share in on this platform to discuss issues of national concern, especially issues that regards the economic dignity and the developmental economic drive of this country. It's been a great and distinguished pleasure. Again, I'm Clifton Walker Hilton. Thank you for having me.
Clifton, good. The big Samuel Jr.
So let me in my parting statement say that the people of Bombay County remain resolute, remain focused. We will not be deterred by those that will want to counter us because we know our fight is holistic and it is meant to emancipate the people of Bombay County. But let me also add here that the Snow that people think is Edwin Melvin Snow Jr., the senator of Bombay County, who we respect for who he is, live in one party, and now one party is Snow. When it is not Snow playing a game like the Representative Coker will say, he's an actor. He is a good actor, and we will make a show. The people of Bombay County will make a show, and we will show him to be the bad guy in that movie. We are in season 1, and so the series is going to run long.
Okay.
And so Margaret Belesando Johnson is my name. We'll remain engaged. We want to thank the management for having us. We will always be available with Polycom to defend our noble country. The people of Bombing will be known at the Bombing Congress.
The people of Bombing will be known at the Bombing Congress, folks. My name is Gibson B. Salam Kaloko. It's also yeah, Nebs of News from our news and current department and many things. Tomorrow morning, be back to Good Morning Liberia. We said thank yous to all of you for joining our broadcast and those of you following